right, let's go over the 320 line.
10 millimeter, the XTEN, 5-inch, 10 millimeter pistol. Nice, thick, beefy slide. This is why it needs its own holster, right?
Yes.
It's a 10 millimeter. It's a lot different. It's the same, made in the image of an X5, like an X5 Legion, polymer grip for the 10 millimeter /45 FCU and the 10 millimeter /45 magazine. So this one grip, you could use, if you have a 320 45, you can, and I keep saying you can cut that out. But if you have a 320 45, this is the grip module that you could upgrade your 45 to an X series with it, but and use the same holster.
I remember because I remember when SIG came out with this, it was hey, we're coming out with 10 millimeter, we need holsters because we got 2 guys going on a hunt, an elk hunt. So we had to get the gun, hand make holsters for it because we didn't have the 3D tooling done for it yet. And that hunt should have been celebrated a little bit more. Yeah. But anyway, we did it and it was cool. And there's some blood all over a holster somewhere on the internet. So yeah, really beefy boy, thick with 2 C's. And so we made the tooling for this. We cut the holsters. We made them inside the waistband. I believe we have an outside the waistband version. And then we got the phone call.
So once you make a big gun, you got to make a smaller one. This is the 320 XTEN carry comp. So obviously it's a carry size, shorter slide, shorter barrel, but it also has a single port comp on the front of the slide that helps you mitigate the integrated comp that we have on the 320 AXG Legion, the 365 macro comp. Same technology. Really helps cut down the recoil mitigation or cut down the recoil impulse of a 10 mil. Yes. So this one is this gun's money. I mean, it shoots awesome for a 10 millimeter. Both of them do, but that compensator really helps cut down on some of that muzzle flip. The integrated compensator, the real awesome benefits of that you can get out of the, like I said, the 320 AXG Legion with the 2-port integrated comp. Because it's not attached to the barrel, you really don't have any of the ammo sensitivities that you get from a barrel-mounted compensator. So it's not as effective as a barrel-mounted compensator, but it's probably 75% without any kind of ammo sensitivity that you get from something like that.
And reason being, if you guys notice on a true compensated threaded barrel, threaded on compensator, the compensators that are threaded on, the orifice size, I'm going to say orifice, people hate and love the word orifice. The orifice size is a little bit larger than the ID of the barrel. Versus here, because the barrel has to unlock and tip during cycling, you need a larger orifice to allow that uncorking of the barrel to happen. There's a really nice crown on this barrel. I think this is actually one of the better crowned barrels of the compensated line. And so you do have that dwell chamber. It's not trapping as much gas into that dwell chamber because the orifice is so large. But like Eric said, the whole point is that if you buy a PMC bronze super, 40 caliber gassed 10 millimeter, that if you had a threaded on compensator onto a 10 mil and it's so under gas it might not function well, and that's, you guys know, like Roland specials, everyone didn't realize that it's for duty ammo. You have to use spicier ammo for compensated guns. You have to spring them correctly. These guns work with every kind of ammo, low pressure, high pressure, right out of the box with no functionality issues. And you guys did it really, really well.
Yeah, these guns for 10 millimeter guns, they shoot awesome. They shoot, similar to a 45 in terms of kind of that recoil impulse and that muzzle flip. But because of the size and what we had to do in terms of the design on the slides, this is why they need their own holsters. So the carry, we needed that slide mass, so this slide's going to be a little bit wider than the XTEN. So that's why the carry is not just a shortened XTEN holster. It will need its own holster.
Well, you did mention earlier it's always easier to start small and grow the gun, and you did it the opposite here. Right. Moving on, the 320 family of 9mm pistols. Things that are omitted from this table are the original 320 and 320 compact frame. Grip
module, yeah.
Sorry, the original grips, the original 2 grips that were more rounded, did not have the capabilities of adding a mag well, and you guys also used to have the subcompact one with no accessories rail on the dust cover that was discontinued as well. Right. So the 320 series has had a pretty big evolution, and now all of them have a very similar style grip, except for the little boy.
Yeah, the X Compact is the only one that's unique in that respect. But like you mentioned, like our Nitron series, so the Nitron full size, the Nitron Compact that we sell now, those are going to be holster compatible with your X series. Sure. So they have the same rail dimensions, same trigger guard dimensions. So we only have X series types grips, the AXG, the SXG on the table here, but your standard grip modules are also going to fit in the same holsters.
And the holster that we did bring today this one is specifically for the full-size Legion, and you'll see it is tight to the trigger guard. But if you were to order like a P320 full-size or a P320 compact holster off of our website, the trigger guard profile on the original two grips did have a wider, more flared profile to the trigger guard. So on the original models, it is a wider trigger guard and it flares wider towards the magazine release. The holsters that we originally did for those, because there's millions of those out there, are backwards compatible with the slimmer profile trigger guards that you see on the table today. But you wouldn't be able to put a full-size original grip in this holster because of the trigger guard profile. Oh. So let's start big to small, I guess.
Yeah, so the Spectre Comp has the length of the X5, same as the Legion X5. Obviously, the difference is that barrel-mounted compensator, which flies in the face of what we were just talking about of the slide integrated compensator. But the barrel-mounted one does give you a lot of recoil mitigation. And this one was designed very well to limit that out. It also angles the port forward, so it's not going up or at the shooter while they're shooting it. And this is going to have the same holster compatibility as your X5 Legion, kind of flush fitting right in there.
It's nice because it fits. Now you have that extra mass too hanging out at the end of the barrel, yep, which helps with compensation as well.
Right. The only caveat to that is barrel mounted compensator. If you have the slide back, you won't be able to fit it in your holster with the slide back. So there's some ranges that require, slides to be back while you're holstered walking around the range. That can't be done with a barrel mounted compensator. But while I have this in my hand, the SXG, so this is the stainless, almost 50-ounce pistol, X5 pistol. So very heavy boy, but also fits nice and snug in the X5 holster, same as the Legion, same as the Spectre Comp, same holster, same geometry.
It's a little snug.
A little snug in there, yeah.
Our holsters are adjustable retention, so we would simply loosen up those screws down there.
It's probably this guy.
Let the bushings expand, and it would be cross-compatible with the new steel frame, which has just come out and is what the people wanted.
Yes, yeah, that's the heaviest 320, and that thing shoots really flat. It is a real competitor for competition.
It's also got a very attractive flat trigger that has almost no mass to it whatsoever. So really beautiful pistol. We got to see Scott Rader run it on Saturday. Yep. And he is made out of energy. Probably the fastest shooter I have ever seen shoot.
Yeah, he's a good one.
So this would be the first, I know this is all gray. It does not have the raw blasted barrel, but this is basically what originally came out for the X5 Legion line. A little bit different color way to it. And then this has the TXG frame.
Yes.
So this has that tungsten frame. Again, it's tungsten impregnated. That has the ability to put a weight kit in there. There is a weight kit in there. Fits this holster specifically, and it is backwards compatible with every single pistol on the table. This is a 320 full size, right?
Yep, that's the X full, and then this is the AXG Legion.
The AXG Legion. So the 320C on our website and the 320 full size fits all of the AXG frames as well, because the engineering team did a great job not making it thicker. Yep. And then again, even with the little guy, it fits perfectly, backwards compatible. So it all started with the first two original 320C, 320 full size. Then it was the X5 Legion full size.
Yeah, then it went to
M17, M18.
the X5 and the X series. So the X Carry and the X Full, which we have the full size here. The original X5 was a polymer grip. It had a silver barrel, black slide, black grip. This eventually turned into what is now the X5 Legion. So it's the TXG grip module, tungsten infused polymer, which adds a lot of weight, as well as the Legion colorings, Legion logos to be part of that family, and that updated flat skeletonized trigger. So that's the X5 as it is now, which derived from the original one.
You mentioned the X Carry, which is no longer in production.
X Carry is no longer really in production. Some of our defense customers still order it, but really the Carry model that we have right now is an M18X. However, it does not have the optic on it. M18X currently comes with the optic, but that's really our Carry model right now is the M18. And then we have an AXG as well. That's like a custom works model. But
Sure. And then this is your most concealable, compact version of the 320.
yeah, and then later on came the 320X Compact, which is a 15 round flush fit magazine, but it has, you can kind of notice it has some updated ergonomics in the grip module up here around the manual safety area, or what would be the manual safety area. It doesn't have this shelf. It's a little more slimlined.
A relief almost for your hands to get up in
Exactly.
there.
That was one of the pieces of feedback we got, was that this shelf right here, when you're gripping, it would dig into some people's hands, and for a smaller pistol, that's definitely something that we paid attention to and kind of designed that out. And then it's got a little bit of a fastback bob here for a concealed carry purpose.
And this has been out for quite a while, actually. I think this was like 2020.
Yeah, around that 2019, I believe.
Yeah, 2019. I remember because it was in our old shop when I had a frame stippled, a grip stippled. So yeah, this is essentially the full evolution. The nice thing too is we have the AXGs. Wilson Combat makes an aftermarket grip for it. Icarus makes an aftermarket grip. And then the cool thing about this is the SOCOM from Icarus. They fit the same holsters. If I was to take this X300 off, it would fit that holster perfectly. And they are completely cross-compatible as well with our new retention holster that we are releasing in November. We wanted it to be cross-compatible with every member of the 320 family with X300, X300 Alpha, or Ultra Alpha, X300 Ultra Bravo, X300 Ultra Bravo Vampire, longer muzzle and longer bezel, and the Turbo series, as well as being cross-compatible with the Icarus grip, all the 320 families of grips into the same holster. And the nice thing about like the Icarus and all the aftermarket grips is the trigger guard width is about the same as all of these as well. So there's no gaps here to be able to get your fingers in to accidentally pull the trigger. Ultra fast release. You only have to touch the button about that much to release it. If it is pulled in the rearward position, it locks the button. So if someone's trying to disarm you, it locks that button, and it fits every single one of these. And then again, we elongated the bezel and elongated the front of the holster so it would fit anything extra that would be there. So that is our level 2 with Icarus SOCOM for the holster. There's the evolution of the 320 and the evolution of the P365 family and its holster compatibility and accessories compatibility across the board. Thank you for Eric and SIG for taking my elevator pitch of, hey, let's make a video showing what fits what. And this works for other holster companies too. SIG does have a couple other brands that they work with for certain elements here at the SEC store as well as online. So the same cross compatibility with our holsters also works with other companies' holsters for it. Obviously, we're a little bit biased because we do get the 3D models direct from SIG, so everything is form fit and produced in a super timely fashion during the release of new products. But for informational purposes, you're going to get the same experience in terms of compatibility with other accessories that SIG does sell. Well, thank you, Eric, for taking the time out of your busy day to do this with us, and hopefully this helps you guys at home with answer questions about compatibility and accessories compatibility with the SIG family of 320s and 365.